Good afternoon and welcome to this presentation of the ABA playoffs. We are live at Akron Arena where the Cleveland Blazers look to face off against the visiting Akron Aviators. I'm your host Teddy McQueen alongside the ever so witty Ryan Hall. This broadcast is being brought to you by organizations and sponsorships including Third Federal Loan and Savings, the American Basketball Association, I-95 Sports Network, where you can listen and watch all recaps of your Cleveland Blazers games, RDP Sports Plus, as well as Fire Squad Entertainment and the nonprofit organization Squad Goals. And of course today on this bright Saturday afternoon, we are bully free. Bullying occurs in our homes, communities, and our schools. So alongside with your help, we can lift bully awareness and give a voice to those in need. Ryan and I, alongside with the Cleveland Blazers, have taken the pledge to be bully free and invite you to do so also. Visit yesbullyfree.org and take the pledge. Now getting back to basketball, Ryan, we are in our second week of the ABA playoffs where the Blazers are looking to continue their hot streak. They've been hot here lately, and this is a winner-go-home situation just as last week. Just not where they were able to take the win home. So they look to take the Aviators on today, Ryan, a team that they faced off in Akron 3 weeks ago, and actually Akron was able to actually win that game after the Blazers controlled the game all game. They actually had a lead of 16 in that game, and well, with the help of Malik Billingsley and I believe it was a little help from Alan Tigner, the Akron Aviators were able to actually pull that game out and take that win away from the Cleveland Blazers. So two teams that are familiar with each other, this being their third time facing off with each other, so they pretty much split the difference 1-1 going into this matchup, but totally a different situation today. Playoff situation, win or go home situation. What do the Blazers have to do to get this win today?
Well, the Aviators are a very high-scoring offense. I think that we need to continue the defensive intensity that we had last week. We saw Martell come up with a bunch of key steals, easy transition points. That's what we need. We need to man up, stop them on offense. They don't shoot well from the free throw line, so if we can foul them instead of giving them those easy chip layups, I think that'd be huge in the long run.
We're going to take this break for the small national anthem. Nice rendition of the national anthem there. We are back here at Akron Arena, playoff ABA basketball weekend where the Blazers are looking to take on the Akron Aviators. And as you were mentioning before the national anthem, Ryan, the Blazers have to play defense. I like to call it some of the three C's they'll need today: composure, confidence, and camaraderie. The Blazers they need to have composure when they get down in games like this. As I said, they played the Aviators last time and allowed the Aviators to claw themselves back into the game and take that win away from them. Also, they got to have confidence. Not only confidence in their own shot, but confidence in each other. A lot of times the Blazers, they get into individual play and they kind of hang their heads, and we don't want them to see that. Last thing is camaraderie, and that starts not only on the offensive side, that starts on the defensive side. They've got to, as you said, mentioned right, they've got to start off showing a defensive presence up front together that'll allow them to get easy shots. So we'll get this one started, and already Malik Billingsley for the Aviators nails a three from the beginning, putting the Aviators Akron up in this. Parrish Purnell Jr. with the start this afternoon, along with Keyshawn Christian, Martell Medley, David McDay, and number 8, of course, Janelle Free. Turnover there for the Blazers. And they'll show a full court press. We'll see how Akron can handle this. They don't have many ball handlers. And as I mentioned, number 50 earlier to you in the pregame, Ryan, you got to watch out for Doug Capato. He likes to sit on a baseline and post up. He's got a great shot, actually. Great moves inside, especially off the pivot. So now a dump off by Fields, and it's going to be a turnover. Janelle Free and the Blazers on the run. Free is going to keep it to himself, and he goes to the right hand. So nice change-up switch there for Janelle Free. Put the first points on the board for the Cleveland Blazers.
Excellent recognition there. Nobody stepped up to defend him, so he just took it to the hole.
Alan Tigner with the ball at the top of the key. They're going to throw it up, looking for their big man down low, and that's going to be a bucket and a foul slap there for number 14, Josh Keys, big man down low.
Yeah, you could hear it from here.
Right.
A little slap on the wrist, trying to poke it free. And
one thing we noticed about the Blazers over the past couple of weeks, they always tend to have a problem with teams that have height, so they've got to make sure they are on the boards and they're pushing and boxing guys out. Fundamental basketball. Christian with the ball at the top of the key. Christian looking to drive, going to pick it out to Parrish Purnell Jr. Janelle Free with a help fake. Free to step in with a baseline jumper, and Janelle Free having a great start this afternoon.
4 quick points for Janelle Free. It's like he's going to be stepping up today.
We know that he's their emotional horse, so to see him have a good start, that means the Blazers are having a good start. Alan Tigner at the top of the key. And the points were awarded to the wrong side, but reach-in foul called on Parrish Purnell Jr. there.
Getting aggressive? Like it.
So Tigner inbound the ball, base sideline here, excuse me. Fields with the ball at the top of the key. Fields swings it around. Josh Keys is going to go down low to Capato. Capato gets McDay, and Capato with the left hand. As I mentioned, he has great movement down there. You can't let him post up. Quick outlet. Keyshawn Christian with a three of his own. That's off. Rebounded by Fields, and he's on a run. And great steal there by the defensive stopper, Keyshawn Christian, and we knew a dunk was coming, but he just stepped out of bounds there. Great defense, though.
Yeah, we mentioned defensive intensity needs to be picking up early in this game. We need to step it up a little bit more, though. Maybe get into down low Christian Harris a little, or Doug Capaccio a little better.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. You can't let Capato just kind of sit down there and make his way. So now they're looking to look. Josh Keys is going to try to post up Capato again. And Capato is driving, cutting, slashing, misses the layup, but gets his own rebound, puts it up with the left, miss again, and this time is rebounded. Great rebound there by David McDade, number 13 for the Blazers. Christian now slicing through the lane. It's going to be a miss. Rebounded. Billingsley to push it. Josh Keys against McDade. Keys up, miss. Great defense there by McDade. And it's rebounded by Capato and could put back in. 10-4, 6-point lead here early. 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
You got to find bodies, box out.
Martell Medley now at the top of the key, swinging around. Janelle Free going to shoot another three. And Janelle Free from deep. So Janelle Free feeling the hot hand early now for the Blazers. Billingsley to drive it. And he's hit on the wrist, going to wave off the shot.
Yes, I agree with that call. You got fouled around the elbow.
If you're a Blazers fan, you'll take that. 10-7, 3-point lead here.
I like how we're seeing Janelle Free start off hot. 3 for 3 to open the game. That's going to be great for his psyche.
And the important thing is his good shots. He's not forcing it. Down to Josh Keys working against Janelle Free. Help side defense there by Christian. Great help side defense. Free and the Blazers on the run. Free is going to keep it again. And this time, Free goes with the left, looking for the foul. But great move there by Janelle Free. And he's balling for the Blazers right now.
He's got all 9 points today, Teddy.
Tigner driving, going to kick it out. Fields, Tigner gets it back. Now Fields is going to shoot a three from the left arc. That one's short. Parrish Purnell Jr. had it in his hand but lost it. And Alan Tigner able to regain the ball and throw the shot in. Nice Tony Parker-ish floater there. Martell Medley with a three. That's off. 3-point lead now for Akron with 7:44 left in the first quarter. Tigner driving down the lane. Capata with the baseline jumper. That one's short and rebounded by McDay. Parrish Purnell Jr. on the right side now. Swinging it to Christian up top. Martell Medley turning the corner. And Parrish Purnell Jr. with a high arcing three. You know that's his shot. That one just barely off and rebounded by Josh Keys. However, stepped on the out of bounds line, and we'll have a media timeout. So how about that first quarter start there for the Cleveland Blazers, Ryan?
Well, what I'm noticing is the Blazers, whenever a shot goes up, they're just turning and watching again. We need to crash the boards, get a body on somebody, and get physical in the paint to get these rebounds. How many times now have we seen the Aviators get second chances and nobody's – I mean, we have 3 guys on the board, but they're all scrunched under right underneath the hoop. Right. So we need to get down low and start pushing them out more towards the three-point line.
Exactly. There was an offensive possession there where we saw Doug Capado get almost 3 of his own shots back there. So that can't happen if you're the Blazers. You got to push them out of there, as you said. Fundamental basketball is just boxing them out. If you're big, if you're oversized by him, you can't jump over him. You got to push him out of there. You got to get the position, and you got to use brains over brawn, so to speak.
And you got to get low, get the put some physics into
right.
it. The lower center of gravity can win. So.
Whereas I was coming up, they used to say drop the elbow. So you drop your elbow on his elbow, and now he can't jump. You put your elbow on his hip. So 12-9, Akron with a 3-point lead here. However, it'll be Blazers ball with Parrish Purnell Jr. inbounding from the baseline. Into Medley. Medley looking to work against Billingsley. Now Purnell Jr. swinging around. Be Free in the corner. Free working against Tigner. Free got that left-hand lane like he likes. And Janelle Free with the layup but miss. Rebounded by Keys. Now Keys with the top of the key. Keys going to think about a three. Josh Keys nails a three from the top. 6-point lead now for the Aviators. Christian wide open, thought about it. He'll pass it up, swing to Parrish Purnell Jr. at the top. Purnell Jr. over to Christian, right-hand arc. Christian with Keys in his face. Slings it to their quarterback, Martell Medley with a pump fake. And now with a drive, dribble, kick to Christian. Blocked by Capado. But nice composure there by Christian to keep him. They had a tip, but he misses that. And the Akron Aviators are back quick. Billingsley going to shoot a three. That one's off, rebounded by Tigner. Finds Capado in the middle. Capado with a pump fake. So 6:08 left here in the first quarter. The lead is 5. Parrish Purnell Jr. bringing the ball down the court. Martell Medley to work. David McDay with a shot. Close but off. Medley with the rebound. Now Medley strong. That one's off. Just short there. So, Martell, he's a shooter. He'll keep shooting. Oh, a great block there by Keyshawn Christian. I was just going to say the Blazers didn't get back, and Christian able to come and pin that on the glass. Tigner with a spin move, and now Kyle Fields and Capado have a free layup there.
Nobody got back that time, did they?
No.
It's 2 Aviators all the way down the floor. There was really no point, but you got to keep your man in transition.
So as you mentioned, the Blazers not getting back in transition defense, Ryan. That's something that they – over the past couple games, they've started off not doing it, then they've kind of fixed during the course of the game. But you can't allow yourself to get down here. This is the second round of the playoffs, and teams are going to get harder and tougher, and it's going to be harder to overcome leads.
Right, and you kind of want to use that intensity or that emotion of do or die. This is the last game. You go home. You want to use that to fuel your energy And I guess we're just seeing a lack of that to start. Nobody's getting back on defense, and nobody's boxing out underneath.
So the Blazers are making substitutions here, see if they can bring some energy in. They got Bobby Sutton along with number 15, Shaq Lewis, Tommy Norris, Torrey Adams, and number 7, always an energizer, Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, he's a very emotional player, probably more so than John Elfree.
So Shaq Lewis will bring the ball down. Shaq as the point, going to work with Tommy Norris. Norris thought about the three, found baseline, and great cut and move, finding his man back door. And we just mentioned number 7, Eddie Jackson with a great cut. So now let's see what they do on the other side. So that's Deontay May working in Sutton, and Sutton with a great defense. May able to get it back, shot up, rebounded by Torrey Adams. Torrey Adams, who's been coming very strong. He's just been solid for the Blazers over the past couple games. And Torrey Adams, as I mentioned, with the offensive rebound and bucket it up.
Excellent pass by Sutton there.
And here we go with the defense from the Blazers. As we mentioned, the Energized Bunny is in. 3D action right here, so opportunity if you're just following ABA to add an additional point to any bucket scored here because they had a defensive stop in the backcourt. Tommy Norris with the pull-up, and Norris to nail the 2 that would actually be a potential 3 and tie the ball game for the Cleveland Blazers. And how about that timeout? How about that substitution by Coach Bogart? And what just happened there, Ryan?
You know, instantly you could see the difference. There was ball movement on the offense. Shaq Lewis was boxing out people 2 times his size down low to get that rebound. Just incredible turn of events for the Blazers bench.
They always say fresh legs can't hurt you, and we just saw it right there. I mean, they just came in and pretty much tied the ball game. It's 7-0 run right there. So, of course, they'll keep that roster in. But as you mentioned, like instantly you saw the movement in the offensive side. Guys half their size boxing out the bigger guys. So, see what Akron will do to retaliate against that. Couple substitutions for them. Anthony Paul in the game, number 1, along with Billingsley, Josh Keys, Alan Tigner, and Deontay May, number 31. We were doing that. Now Bobby Sutton working against Tigner, D'ing him up here in the half court. Tigner with an interior pass to Keys. Keys made a great move, and ref called foul on Torrey Adams there. Tigner and Akron to be able to inbound here up under the baseline. With great defense by Bobby Sutton. Tommy Norris with the contest. Torrey Adams with the rebound. Sutton with the outlook, and just a bad pass there, but you got to get back. That's the important thing. You get back. They got back. They fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, but you like how they got back off the turnover.
Yeah, and we mentioned they're not a great free throw shooting team. I'm not sure Josh Keys' numbers, but most of their team is below 60% on the free throw line, save for Malik Billingsley, who's shooting 83% from the free throw line.
And as you mentioned, with that right there, they're going to get a layup. You'd rather see the foul. So Keys will shoot the first free throw, and he'll shoot their average of under 60%.
Yeah.
16-16, 3:32 left here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, we're at second week of American Basketball Association playoff basketball. Battle of Northeast Ohio going on right here. Your Cleveland Blazers taking on the visiting Akron Aviators. Win or go home situation. Deontay May with a deep 3. That one's off, rebounded by Sutton, and Sutton's just got to hold on to the ball. He's not having a good time with the outlooks here.
Doing a good job getting the rebounds, but
so now Josh Keys with a rebound and a putback. Shaq Lewis poked out from behind, and ball will remain Cleveland.
And if you're confused, since Bobby Sutton was behind the half-court line, he got 3 free throws, and then we turned it over again. That's another 3D rule, so that was a 3-pointer.
So 20-16, 4-point lead, here, as Ryan and I will continue to school you on the ABA rules as they come up. Sutton with the ball at the top of the key. Excuse me, that's Norris. Going to go to inbound, down low to Torrey Adams. Torrey to turn around and shoot. That was off, but rebounded by Jackson. Great work there by Jackson. And number 7, Eddie Jackson, going down there, getting the rebound and just going up strong, getting the bucket. Saying, you're going to block me, you're going to have to block me. Taking her against Jackson. Billingsley thinking about it. Sutton with the defense. Great defense there by Sutton. Torrey Adams. And Anthony Paul wanted a foul, but no call by the refs. And now Norris all the way to the hole, and Tommy Norris, the workhorse.
Yeah, that was just good physical basketball down low. I don't think that was a foul at all. Just
no.
Good physical basketball. It's the playoffs. You got to be physical.
And a lot of times we'll see the Blazers players go straight up, as you mentioned, with their hands up, and they'll get called for the foul. So good, no call there for the refs.
And I do like how Eddie Jackson, when he got that rebound down low, he ball faked. He saw that the defender wasn't going to do anything. He just straight up.
Just went up, because otherwise you're going to get a 3-second call. So great recognition there. 20-20 here with 1:53 left in the first quarter. Akron moving the ball. Nice rotation. Shot is up, but it's missed. Rebounded by Keys. He's off. Miss again. And another. This time he'll be called over the back end. Once again, the Blazers, they got to box those guys out, especially the slim, wiry guys. Just got to get up under them, get right up under their knees and just push them out of there. They don't like that.
Now, tall guys don't usually like it when they get off balanced.
Yeah, they don't like anything up under their knees. So Tommy Norris against Josh Keys here. The right arc. Torrey with the pick. Tommy Norris going to work against May. Kick it off to Jackson. That's a short jumper there. Rebounded and turned over by Akron, and will be a 3D opportunity. So once again, explain the ABA rules. If there's a turnover in the backcourt and the other team actually gets the ball,
they're saying that since he never gained possession,
he never established possession is what they're going to say. So no 3D here in this situation. 20-20 still. 1 minute left. Oh, and turnover there by Eddie Jackson. And good foul. I'm not sure number 23, Jason Pitts, is going to get that up. He just got into the ball game. It didn't look like. But great strong move there by Jason Pitts. Got right into the passing lane, kind of sealed it. Jackson didn't have any choice but to kind of throw it into his hands as opposed to throwing a cross-court pass. So 20-20 here. See what they do here at the free throw line.
Pitts shooting 67.5% from free throw line.
Makes the first one. 21-20. First quarter action here at Hawken Arena. And that one's off, so he'll shoot 50% there. Norris with an outlet pass. He had Eddie Brown down low. Brown wisely kicks it back out. Now Norris looking to drive, and he's hacked by Pitts. And this one will be caught on the floor.
There's a real easy cure for these Aviators jumping these passing lanes.
Pump fake, pump fake, pump fake. Mm-hmm. Jackson to inbound to Shaq Lewis. Shaq back up top to Tommy Norris. Norris with a deep three. And Tommy Norris, the workhorse, buries it from outside. 23-21. And now the pull-up by Akron. That's number 7, Kyle Fields in the game. Great shot for the baseline for Fields. Shaq Lewis kicking out to Torrey Adams. Torrey with a three. He's got a pretty shot. Eddie Brown was held there, but the ref didn't see it, and Akron quick back and Capato with a free dunk. Oh, Torrey Adams with a nice pump fake and move, and Torrey Adams, great shot. 3 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. And shot is up and off by Javon Clark. 25-25. How about that first quarter?
Very fast pace, that's what I got to say. Back and forth, a lot of turnovers, but a lot of, I don't know, it's just real fast pace.
Well, Akron wouldn't be in this game if the Blazers got back in transition basketball. So with that being said right there, the Blazers are keeping them in this game. However, as you said, it's very fast-paced, a lot of broken plays. That last play there, Eddie Brown was held, but as I mentioned earlier to you, Ryan, the 3 C's, composure, camaraderie, and confidence. The Blazers are playing with all 3 right now. They just got to keep their composure, stay in the game. Don't let the refs affect them, what they're doing. It's 25-25, 0-0. We're starting the game over right here, second quarter.
Yeah, let's continue the intensity on defense. We started to move away from the ball movement a little bit in the late first quarter. Like to see that continue. Some pass fakes, pass the other way. Misdirections are going to be huge in the second half because they love to shoot these passing lanes to get transition layups.
Exactly. Well, if you're Coach Bogart, you got to be happy with how your roster comes, your bench comes in, and they hold you down. They've been able to do this actually week after week after week. We've seen guys like Tommy Norris, Torrey Adams, who've come off the bench and just ignite for the Blazers. So you got to be happy that they've been able to come in and, pretty much sometimes do what the starters are supposed to do, or sometimes the starters just can't get it done. But they've been able to come in, actually pick up the energy and keep that energy flowing throughout the game. So we'll see what they have left here. See what Coach Bogart goes with here in the beginning of the second quarter. It seems like they're going to go back to the starters. However, Tommy Norris is still in the game. So it'll actually be Parrish Purnell Jr., David McDay, Tommy Norris, Janelle Free, and Martell Metley starting off this second quarter.
I like the lineup here with Tommy Norris in for Purnell Jr.
It's like what an awesome lineup here.
Purnell's in there.
It's like what an awesome lineup right here that we see.
Oh, he's in for Keyshawn.
So it was a miss by Akron, rebounded. Now Deontay May trying to fight through the pick. He's called for the foul. So interesting line. This is kind of a beastly lineup if you ask me right now for the Blazers. So we'll see how it works out. A lot of offensive scoring. See how it works on the defensive side. Purnell Jr. working. Janelle Free on the baseline. Pitch reach. Purnell's got to make him pay. He doesn't. Gets blocked by Deontay May, and Akron is on the run. Great steal there by Martell Metley. 3D mode here. Metley to pull up and Metley to bury it.
That was just great sixth instincts by Martell. A great sixth sense.
Guess they said that steal was not in the backcourt, so no 3D. The steal remained just a three-pointer. So now Purnell Jr. working against Fields, and Fields buries it. Kyle Fields, that was Javon Clark with that three.
Great defense, just better shot.
And now Janelle Free to work against Clark. McDay with the pick. McDay with the mismatch down low. Go down to McDay, and he's tripped up. Wow. And Javon Clark, after tripping him, has a nerve to ask the ref for a traveling call. That was reminiscence of how Ford kind of tried to trip Zion the other day and tried to say, oh, no, I didn't try to trip him. What's going on with these guys in the tripping?
I don't know. Just he suddenly lifted his foot like nobody's going to notice that.
They must not play much blacktop. You do that on a blacktop, you're going to get hurt. So now Tommy Norris and the dogs barking. The workhorse gets to the lane, 30-28. Got the dogs barking for the Blazers here. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Metley D'ing up Deontay May at the top of the key. Now Norris on Keys. Keys with the shot is up, and that ball bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, McDay, he's getting a little too close underneath the rim. I think he needs to back out a little bit more. Otherwise, I mean, not a high percentage shots are just going to bounce up and fall within 3 feet of the rim.
Motion going around. Play call. And finally a foul goes the Blazers' way, and Doug Capato grabs David McDay.
Yeah, he raced around him to grab the ball. I'm not sure what he's complaining about.
Yeah, they fail to realize that when you're reaching around someone bear hugging them, even if you have both your hands on the ball, hey, it's still a foul, buddy.
Right.
2-point lead here for the Blazers, 30-28. Substitutions for Akron. They'll bring in 32, Rashawn Stevens, give Capato a wrist. Martell Metley, snack from behind, and Jason Pitts for the Aviators showing good defense there at the top of the key.
Yeah, they have this really slick move where they reach around behind as you're driving.
Yeah, they like that. The way you master that is you get low when you go around a person and you cross over. I couldn't stand when people used to do that to me, and I had to learn, okay, or you put your arm out and you block them from reaching. Javon Clark working on Parrish Purnell Jr. here. Clark with an inbound pass to Pitts, and Pitts dumps it off to the recently Stevens. May with a shot. Now Stevens with a rebound, and May with another shot to pull up. And Akron all over the offensive glass. If you're the Blazers, this is not something you like to see.
And again, everybody's just standing within 2-3 feet of the rim watching the shot go up. Nobody's turning around to see that there's other guys right behind them in better position for the long rebounds on these long shots.
Yeah, when the shot goes up, you have to find a body. Simple as that. Martell Melly now to work. Martell Melly to switch to the left, rebound and see if the Blazers can get back in transition defense here. Javon Clark with a head full of steam. He'll go up, he'll get fouled, he'll go glass. Bucket would count and one.
Again, if you're going to foul somebody, make sure they don't make the shot. That was too easy.
Well, right now the Blazers are just giving them too many opportunities on the offensive glass. They're getting 3-4 shots every time. You're bound to make it. You're bound to make one.
Right.
30-30 here. 9:15 left in the second quarter. And Clark to complete the and one. 31-30 now. Keyshawn Christian back in the game for the Blazers, and Christian drops a dime and dumps it off to his man Torrey Adams for the easy layup. Pitts does not look like he should be dribbling the ball right now. He's pressured by Janelle Free. Pitts still working down low. Pitts are going to go strong, and Martell Melly swats him with two hands. The Blazers got numbers. Throwing it up, Parrish Purnell Jr. to Keyshawn Christian. Wow! It was almost like time froze as he threw that ball up. And Christian just came out of nowhere and grabbed that. Clark with an outside three. Martell with a quick outlet to Janelle Free, and the Blazers are off and running. Timeout Akron Aviators and the Cleveland Blazers. You know, they just get this ignition when somebody comes on the bench. This time, it's Keyshawn Christian coming in, dropping a dime. Then the defense on the defensive, I'm excited here. Getting the ball stopped on the defensive side, then getting the outlook pass with the alley-oop dunk. Beautiful basketball there.
And we say it all the time. I'm getting a little excited too. That defense fuels your offense. Really both fuels the other one. But in this case, the defense fueled the offense. We had two guys switch down low and help each other in a close chip shot. He didn't make the shot. We got the rebound. And then that just kind of spiraled out of control for the Aviators. They kind of rushed, came back down, took an unwise shot from deep three range. We got a long rebound, and off to the races we went again. Easy buckets and excellent energy coming from the Blazers.
I mean, if you're in basketball, if you know basketball is a game of runs. So anytime you get the opportunity, you got the momentum on your side, you got to take advantage of it. So right now the Blazers are definitely doing that. Got a 5-point lead. See if they can boost this possibly if you like. Your Coach Bogart, you want to see them push this to a 10-point lead. I see he's coming out full court press here. I didn't like the ball handler of Jason Pitts last time. Aside from Alan Tigner and Billingsley, they don't have too much guard play that I would trust with the ball. So we'll see how this full court press works for them. Billingsley split the press in the backcourt, but defense recovers in the front court. Now it's Billingsley working against Martell Melly. Melly with the locks on him. Billingsley spinning, shooting, and blocked again by Martell Melly. So Melly with 2 blocks in a row. Now going down. Oh. And Torrey Adams threw the ball away. Go backcourt, but you'll take that as opposed to a free layup for the opposing team.
Yeah, I just got a little too excited, overthrew him a little bit.
It's okay. Tell them my bad. You get back on the defense side, you get the ball back.
We're human, we make mistakes, and it's a fast-paced game.
Right.
So turnovers are going to happen.
Especially when you see your man wide open at the top of the key. You want to hurry up and get him the ball. They'll inbound it down low to Keys. Keys working against Janelle Free. And this time Josh Keys is going to be called.
Yeah, he used 2 pivot feet on that.
Yeah, for the travel. Blazers bringing the ball down. Parrish Purnell Jr. Coach Bogart calling plays from the sideline. Purnell Jr. looking to post up Torrey Adams, but he's sealed. Now to go down low to Adams. Great help side defense there, though, by Tigner. That was Kyle Fields, and now Fields running down the court, dumps it off to Billingsley. Billingsley had to stop and pull up. And great defense by Christian again. Christian's off to the rushes. And Keyshawn Christian, nobody can stop him. He almost got his hand on that again. Just unhandily a defensive stopper in his own.
He's quick, man. Look at him get around these players.
Pass down low to Fields. He was wide open.
Everybody's turning watching ball on that one. Nobody's staying with their man.
Great pass there by Torrey Adams, finding Janelle Free, cutting back door. And Janelle Free, who's just been solid this whole game. 40-33, 7-point lead here with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And this was blocked again by Christian. So now the defense of the Cleveland Blazers stepping up and making the offense very easy for them.
Yeah, you love this defensive intensity that they have. No easy shots are available for the Aviators right now.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting the ball in the basket. Keys working again. This time he's short. Rebounded by Shaq Lewis. Bogart doing a good job of keeping fresh legs in the game. Shaq had a cutting Janelle Free. Just overthrew him.
And again, it's fast-paced. You get fast-paced and frantic, you're going to have turnovers.
Martell Melly is looking to rip Billingsley. He's very loose with the ball here. Great half-court trap. And turnover there. Great defense once again by the Cleveland Blazers. So you saw the half-court trap there from Melly and Janelle Free up top. And it just forced Billingsley to throw the ball away.
Excellent job by Shaq Lewis and Keyshawn Christian to stay home and make the ball player, the ball handler, make a play.
So they're trying to run a play. And right now, as I mentioned, camaraderie. You can't get frustrated. You just got to keep your head up. You'll get it back on the next play. 40-33 here, 7-point lead. Capato looking to post up down low against Metley. Help side defense from Christian. Capato is going to force. He just said, I'm going to still take this on 3 men. I don't care. He doesn't understand the concept of kicking it back out, I guess.
Right, we had a guy right in front of us wide open for a three. He had 3 guys on him. So.
Yeah, essentially there were 2 guys wide open.
Well, he got the foul, so I guess how can you blame him?
You can't argue the foul when there's 3 guys on you. But
right.
So we'll send Capato to the line. Doug Capato was very responsible himself in bringing the Aviators back that last game in Akron against the Blazers. But this time, as I mentioned, different situation. And they'll stay shooting under 50% here, 40-34. Norris to kick it to Free. Free in the lane, and Janelle Free once again keeping the hot hand, still sizzling from the first quarter. Great defense from a Shaq Lewis to get back and contest that shot there by Tigner. Alan Tigner was wide open, but just a little hand there, just a little hand.
They're going to say it was off the hand of who was that? Was that Keyshawn
Norris?
Christian that contested the shot?
Well, Christian's not even in game right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it was Jonell. One of the Blazers contested the shot, and they're saying that it hit off his hand.
Oh, okay.
And then rolled out of bounds.
2-pointer there, good by Tigner. So just a broken play, 42-36. Melly over to Tommy Norris, avoiding the screen for Torrey. Janelle Free pulls up, and that one's just short there. Free with the great defense, and wow, that foul was called very quickly there. And as Coach Bogart mentioned to him, the guy was held up, and he actually traveled there. He took 2 steps and didn't do anything with it.
Well, it looked kind of like Shaq Lewis did grab his arm, so I could see where the foul came in from. But, I mean, it is the playoffs, so you let him be physical a little bit.
Just a little over 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Don't forget, this is a bully-free production. We are bully-free. Yes, I am bully-free. We look to lift bully awareness in our homes, communities, and our schools. So we invite you to take the pledge to be bully-free. Visit yesbullyfree.org and take the pledge. Block the Blazers basketball. Things have just turned around here very quickly.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's a game of runs.
What happened, Ryan?
A lot of let me compress really quick what just happened. It looked like the Blazers, they're not faking the Aviators. They're going back to jumping those lanes. We see no ball fakes, no shot fakes, nothing, and the Aviators are just reading them very well, able to get some steals and easy transition buckets. They weren't hitting a lot of their shots early, but now, like you said, it's a game of runs. They've been able to hit their last 3 or 4 in a row and bring themselves within 1 point of the Blazers.
Yeah, there was a couple turnovers there. And then, as I said, with the lineup they have in right now, very high-powered offensive lineup. Kind of shaky on the defense, but as I mentioned, you keep your composure, you keep your confidence, you keep your camaraderie. So 42-41, 1 point lead with 4:45 left here in the second quarter. Halftime, we do have a halftime presentation, as well as the $50 half-court shot. Shaq Lewis to bring the ball up. And Tommy Norris working against Josh Keys. Norris is swinging to Free. Free had a head fake on his man, had to step. Norris looking for a cutter on the baseline. Now Janelle Free again. Over to Martell Medley. Medley's going to shoot up against Billingsley. And Martell Medley to bury it from the top of the key. Just shoot it right in the face of his man.
That's confidence.
That's confidence right there. Field driving in. He just gets a free lane. It's a great drive there by Kyle Fields. Shaq Lewis will pull up for the baseline this time, and great dime. 47-43, action picking up here as we get to halftime. Fields with the ball again. Over to Tigner. Tigner to swing to Billingsley. Shot is up, rebounded, and the Blazers on the other way. Janelle Free split, crosses man behind the back, and that was just off. McDade banging down low. They got an outlook. Martell Medley. And Billingsley just got scared right there, and Billingsley scared again, and they're just able to get the offensive rebound and tap that one in. But great defense, great way for Martell to get back. 47-45. Just keep your head in.
Well, I noticed 4 Blazers were watching that last possession on offense, and nobody got back while 2 Aviators.
Norris with a man up in the air. This one's called from the ref from who's behind, and had that ref had my view, he would have saw that. That was all body and ball right there. But we'll take that foul. Tommy Norris to go to the free throw line and have the opportunity to put the Blazers up by 4 with just 3:07 left in the second quarter. Once again, we'll mention coming up at halftime, Fire Squad Entertainment, DJ No Request with a halftime presentation as well as a half-court shot opportunity for somebody to win some money. Norris shoots, makes the second free throw. 48-45. Tigner bringing down the ball against Christian. See if Christian can get a steal. And they'll call Christian for the ride.
Yeah, he was getting up into him rather than going laterally. He was trying to push him out.
Yeah.
So they're going to call that every time.
Just got to slide your feet. He hasn't been much of a threat. Just slide your feet and stay in front of him. Don't let him drop the easy pass. Keys looking to take advantage of the smaller Martell Medley. And this time Josh Keys once again is called for the travel. So the ref's got his eye on him now. That good job of the coaching staff of the Blazers to point that out. That he often moves his pivot foot. Now Medley working against Billingsley. Had him shooking out his shoes, but just mishandled the ball. Great dump off pass to Shaq Lewis. Eddie Jackson with a shot, and that one just looked good. You can tell Eddie Jackson gets to jumping up and down in the air. Things are going to get good. 6-point lead now. Capado to post up Tommy Norris. Capado tried to drop the shoulder and didn't move anywhere. Couldn't move Norris. He had to kick the ball out. Cross-court pass. Billingsley with a shot. It's up, off, and over the back. Once again, it's Capado things going the Blazers' way now. Great box out there by Keyshawn Christian.
Yeah, Aviators are getting a little frustrated, and like we always say when the Blazers get down, you have to keep your composure. You can't let the refs control your emotions. You got to go out there and do your job.
Well, it's very frustrating for a big man. I'm mentioning Doug Capaldo here. When you try to post up a guy that's 6 inches smaller than you and you put the body on him, he just doesn't move. Tommy Norris is built like a solid rock.
Yeah, I mean, his lower half, man. I bet you he could squat like 800 pounds. Probably
Right.
not that much, but he's an animal.
So a reach-in foul there by the Aviators. 5 team fouls apiece with 2 minutes, just a little bit over, 2 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter. Shaq Lewis will inbound the ball on the baseline. For the Blazers right now is Shaq Lewis, Eddie Jackson, Eddie Brown, Martell Medley, and the defensive stopper, Keyshawn Christian. We'll actually stop and have a timeout for the Cleveland Blazers. So Cleveland Blazers up by 6 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, we are at Hawken Arena for the second round of the ABA playoffs, win or go home. Blazers are able to pull out a very decisive game last week against the visiting Lansing Legend. And now Akron is in town, a team that they faced off back in February and lost to down in Akron. So looking to get some sweet revenge here, as well as keep their ride to the regionals on track. 2 more games, and they'll reach the regionals. So Battle of Northeast Ohio here today.
And watch Doug Capaldo. He has 2 fouls that he just picked up real quick. 2 minutes left to play in the half, and if you get to 6, you're not ejected, but you get an extra free throw when the player gets to 6 fouls. So nobody gets ejected for a certain amount of fouls. It's just a quote-unquote technical foul when you get past 6.
So as we mentioned, we'll keep you updated with the ABA rules, and as Ryan said, yes, a player with 6 fouls, you can't foul out of the game. However, if you're in the game with 6 fouls and you are called for a foul, the team gets a penalty shot. So they'll get a 1 shot, 1 free throw, and they'll get possession of the ball. Shot up there and missed, rebounded by Josh Keys. Tigner giving it to Deontez May. Made it work against Christian. Shaq Lewis working against Fields. So
trying to stand him up a little bit. Could have been called either way.
Either way, they'll inbound it here. Now they're going to try to post up Fields again against Shaq Lewis. Turnover and knocked out of bounds by Keyshawn Christian. So
I liked his effort to save the ball, though.
So the Aviators right now think they have a mismatch and posting up Kyle Fields against Shaq Lewis. I don't see it, but see what happens. They messed up there because Keys had a mismatch and he dumped the ball off, and he had a very smaller Eddie Brown on him. So Aviators looking to use their size advantage here, see how it works out for them. Capaldo with the ball against Eddie Brown. Help from Christian. Capaldo could go up with the left, and that one's missed. And Jackson is fouled as he rushes with a head full of steam. Blocking foul there by Josh Keys. So great defense from the Blazers. Outsized, but now outmanned. 124 here left in the second quarter. 6-point lead. See if they can push that to 10. Martell Melly to pull up. That one's short. Rebounded by Capaldo.
I didn't like that decision to shoot that shot.
And now Josh Keys is all the way back by himself. And once again, the Blazers not getting back. And Josh Keys gets a free dunk on the other side.
That was a frustration slam. He's been had a couple fouls called on him.
And if you're the defense of the Blazers, that's just uncalled for. Keyshawn Christian with a 3 from deep. And Keyshawn Christian settle the crowd. 54-47. Tigner looking to post up Capaldo against Eddie Brown. And Capaldo throws a turnover after the great help side defense from Shaq Lewis. So Cleveland Blazers and their defense stepping up and doing a job here.
And as we've seen, he's not used to kicking it out.
They're trying to outbody and outmuscle, but they just can't outman. 30 seconds left, 7-point lead. Christian with the ball. Christian going to shoot again. And Keyshawn Christian feeling it himself and got a little wordplay for Josh Keys, who was talking. So as Chris Brown says, the grass is not green on the other side. Shot here by Tigner. That one's all frustration 3, of course. And Blazers got numbers. Eddie Jackson to pull up. Great shot there by Eddie Jackson. And how about the Energizer? Pulling it up, Eddie Jackson there. 12-point lead with 3:08 left.
We shot Shaq Lewis and Josh Fontes? Yes. No, Alan Tigner get tangled up there at half court. Glad both guys are okay.
Glad it turned out to be something bigger. Great defense there by Christian, and they're going to call a foul on that. They're going to call a foul on that.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot. You should just let him take that.
Yeah, you got to let him take that. I mean, I understand, as you said, you're in the heart of the game, but you got to be smarter there in that situation. Deontay May, who hasn't been hitting any shots from outside, now he's pulling up from half court, and you're going to step up and give him the opportunity now to go to the free throw line. Just let's hope they keep it under 50%.
They do.
This is the first one. 47-59 here. What a run for the Cleveland Blazers to close out the halftime. Right, and as we mentioned, we'll have a halftime presentation. We have a half-court shot, and then we'll be back with our third quarter analysis, our first half analysis right after the break. You're watching the Cleveland Blazers taking on the Akron Aviators here in Hawken Arena. We'll be back for the second half. Bullying occurs in our schools, communities, and unfortunately our homes. Let's help push back these numbers by standing up and supporting bully awareness. Go to yesbullyfree.org. The ABA and Cleveland Blazers are bully free.
My name is Billy Williams. I'm a guard for the Cleveland Blazers of the ABA. I am bully free.
You too can make the pledge. Go to yesbullyfree.org and take the pledge. I'm going to say I thought it was a 12-point lead, but I forgot he went to the free throw line. Back here at Hawken Arena, getting prepared for the second half of action between the Cleveland Blazers and the Akron Aviators. Cleveland with a 10-point lead going in, coming out of halftime. Very confident defensive second quarter that they were able to put on there, Ryan. Able to get a lot of stops. Able to just show a lot of energy, pretty much. You know, keys to the game, the composure, on defense. You know, we like to see them get back more on transition defense. We like to see them box out a little bit more. But on the whole as a team, they've been pretty good individually. You know, a lot of times we come out and we'll see teams have one or two players that just give the Blazers all kinds of problems. Can't speak of anybody like that from the Aviator today that's been giving them too much heat. I know Capato has been their main focus and Josh Keys down low, but, you know, they've been able to pretty much contain them and to what they can do, you know.
Yeah, we see Josh Keys getting a little bit frustrated towards the end of that first half. He has 13 points, and he's their leading scorer, the only guy with double-figure points on their team. Doug Caputo, we've been talking about. He's we feel like he's been a problem, but he's only got 7 points. Probably more of an offensive rebound threat, but so far really just Josh Keys the only problem. Everybody else is being held in check. Meanwhile, we have John L. Free and Keyshawn Christian and Tommy Norris all with double-figure points. John L. Free with 15. He started off hot, really kept us in the game early, and he was our kind of like our carabiner to get to the next step.
Yeah, John L. Free's been solid the whole game. As you mentioned, it's been Free, it's been Tommy Norris, it's been Keyshawn Christian. So if you're the opposing defense, that kind of scares you because we didn't mention Martell Medley, and you know Martell Medley's going to get his numbers. We saw him shoot a 3, but we saw Christian kind of eat up there. And as for the Aviators, yeah, you know, Capato, he's been not so much big on a point-wise, but he's giving them extra possessions on the offensive side just from getting on the glass. So action to start here. 10-point lead.
Right off the bat, Torrey Adams goes over the back of an Aviator. Just got to play a little smarter, get better position on the boards.
Yeah, Christian had got a rebound. He had an easy layup tip, but he kind of just overshot it. So we saw how they the Aviators, they were trying to post up right before. Had great defense there by Parrish Purnell Jr. And him and Martell Medley on the run with the dump out to Christian. No foul called. And now it'll be Fields and Billingsley on the other side, and Billingsley will bury a 3 from the baseline right in the corner of his bench.
Keyshawn Christian came up holding his face. I wonder, we didn't get a good look at it, but, I mean, something had to have happened.
Purnell Jr. working the ball over to Tommy Norris, and Norris to shoot a 3, and that one's short. Outlook, and Billingsley going to shoot a 3 from deep again. That one's off, rebounded by Adams. Kick out to Keyshawn Christian, and Christian to slow it down here. Tried to swing it into Tommy Norris, just a bad pass by Christian. Turnover. And those turnovers will put the Aviators back in the game. This is what happened last time when they faced off against this team. They were up 16 and let them get back in the game. Shot up again, and this is Kyle Fields.
Yeah, we saw it in the first half. The Aviators love to be in these passing lanes and get these easy steals.
Adams with the work against Capato. Purnell Jr. on the outside. Christian working against Billingsley. Going down to Torrey Adams. And Adams with a great move against Capato, but it's blocked by Keys. Adams with a great hustle to get the ball back. Blocked again by Capato. As long as they get back on defense, no worries there. And Josh Keys with another 3-step layup. And the refs just fell in the call travel on this guy. I mean, they called it twice on him, but
that's number 4 on Josh Keys. Be an eye on him to get into that penalty shot.
Yeah, because he looks as if he's going to be playing the whole game for them. I mean, he looks as if he's going to have to play the whole game for them to stay in the game.
Right now, he's their offense.
So right now, we saw a 10-point lead be dissipated down to just 3 points now. Blazers yet to score here in the second half. With just 2 minutes gone. Norris with a pump fake. Norris to go up against Capato. Wild shot there. Now Capato trying to post up Tommy Norris, the workhorse. Capato swimming. Capato steps out on the baseline. He's called for the travel.
Let's see what they can do. The Blazers can do on offense here.
So Blazers yet to score this half. But no worries, as long as you play defense, you'll get points. So now Medley working against Billingsley. Over to Norris. Norris with a pump fake, and he's fouled. This one will be on the ground.
A lot of standing and watching on both sides of the defensive ball. Aviators watching the ball, not really finding their man.
So Parrish Purnell Jr. come out of the game for Janelle Free. Shot is up, off. Billingsley cutting, has Fields in the middle. Kick out to a wide open Billingsley this time. And that was off, but rebounded by Josh Keys and taken away by Martell Metley, the quarterback on the run. Him and the Blazers streaking down the field, and with the left hand, Martell Metley going coast to coast after he takes it out of the defender's hands. First points on the board for the Blazers this half. Keys with nice work on a two-man game from Billingsley to Keys, and he gets the reverse layup.
He's got that nice hop through, which looks like a travel, but he jumps up, just barely takes 2 steps.
Now Tommy Norris working against Capado. Tommy Norris to step back and shoot it right down the 6'8 shooter's face. Clark working against Metley. Pick from Keys. Now Clark against Jackson. Eddie Jackson with a great defensive hand. And Norris with the tip out. Blazers got numbers. 3-on-1. Norris is free, and Janelle Free just sails a layup. Got to get back on defense, though. And that's the reason you get back on defense, because they forced a turnover on the other side. So you get back 5-point lead, 7:52 left here in the third quarter. So as I mentioned, Ryan, composure, composure, composure.
Yeah, it looks like they're going 100 miles an hour out there. They're thinking 3 steps ahead before they even get the ball.
Well, the Blazers got to be careful right here, because this is when they normally have their third quarter meltdowns, and people start hanging their heads, and then all of a sudden you're playing individual play, and then you find yourself down by 12 points.
Right, and as we were saying earlier, you can't let
Good defense there by Eddie Jackson again. And it's thrown up for what a dime. Keyshawn Christian to climb one more time.
Always fun to watch those two play together.
Always fun. Christian to be called for a foul on the other end against Josh Keys.
He's riding him, and he didn't need to ride him yet.
Christian to come out for a short time because he has 4 fouls.
They're just jockeying for position down low.
Well, if you're the Blazers, you want to go at Josh Keys also, get him in foul trouble.
Yeah, he's already in foul trouble.
Well, you want to force them to where they got to take him out the game. If they could have him pick up his 5th foul here early, he'll be forced to sit down. Billingsley with a wild shot, air ball out of bounds. Great defense there. Defensive stand by the Blazers. And we'll have a media timeout as Malik Billingsley tries to explain to the referee that he was hit on the wrist, hand, or arm.
I saw his elbow move quite a bit after that shot, but maybe that was, we'll just say it's a flop.
It's a flop. ABA basketball, playoff basketball here from Hawken Arena. Blazers trying to advance to the third round. Got a 7-point lead here with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left there. You're a lottery player. There's 3 sevens for you in a row. You got number 7, Kyle Fields. He's been quiet for the Aviators also. There's a number 7. But number 7, Eddie Jackson for the Blazers.
Yeah.
The Energizer. So I like naming these guys. We got Tommy Norris, the workhorse.
Bobby Sutton, the bully.
We can't say the bully though. We can't say the bully. We're bully awareness.
The physical domination. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll think of something else. I'm sorry.
We'll come up with something. Ball back in play here with Paris Purnell Jr. back in the game, bringing it down against Deontez May. Over to Norris. Norris with a pump fake, got a wide open cutting. Eddie Jackson. Shot is up, and
A lot of
Jackson is fouled.
Good work down there. Both John Elfree and Eddie Jackson just kind of lobbing the ball back and forth to each other, getting their own rebounds.
Well, that's a good
thing. Outworking the Aviators.
That's a good thing. You want to see them, you see them on the first half. We saw the Aviators getting multiple possessions on the offensive side. So now Cleveland battling to keep the ball. Got to have those free throws, though.
Yeah, on both sides. I feel like this game, it may not be very close right now, 7 points, but it'll come down to the wire soon enough.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared of that. Jackson to complete the second one. 8-point lead here. Deontez May bring the ball down against Parrish Purnell Jr. May to make a quick move, throws it up off the glass, and that one's good. So Deontez May able to get that one in for the Aviators. Martell Medley, the quarterback, back on the other side working, and he's held.
I'm going to stick up for number 23, Deontez May on that, or I'm sorry, Jason Pitts. That was a little ticky-tack foul.
Yeah, it was soft, but it's Medley, so you understand. Jackson with a great spin move, but it's blocked there by Anthony Paul, who just came into the game. And now Paul with the ball down low, kick out to Jason Pitts. Pitts with the three, and Jason Pitts buries it. Great rotation there by the Aviators, 63-66. Purnell Jr. working against Deontez May. Up top to Martell. Billingsley working against Martell, and Billingsley comes out on top. They got a quick outlet, and Deontez May throws it down. 1 point lead now for the Aviators. As I mentioned, composure, confidence, camaraderie. You got to keep those 3 C's. As the crowd is getting loud here. Purnell Jr. with a great move to the hole, up and under. And Parrish Purnell Jr.
Looking like Allen Iverson with that move. That was up, down, up.
Little
Nice little touch to roll it in.
little Isaiah Thomas in
Yeah.
him too there. So Parrish Purnell Jr. with a great move to the hole, still be able to complete the and one here. Lead is 3 now for the Blazers. And that shot is good. 69-65. Just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Deontez May working against Parrish Purnell Jr. again, crosses him over, throws it up with the left hand and good, and I believe May feels like great outlet there. Oh, and Jackson just misses and sails the layup. Unfortunately, they'll be able to gain control. See Keyshawn Christian jumping down on the sideline. He's like, if I had that ball, I'm throwing that down.
Well, we see him elevate. Looks like he's just levitating up in the air. We saw that a couple times today.
2 point lead now. Jackson with the inbound. Medley up top, deep, 3. Shot is off. And the hustling energizer. Eddie Jackson is called for the travel, but he had the ball. I don't know. I didn't think he had possession of even be called for a travel, but.
Yeah, I don't know. The ref had a better look than we did. We had about 3 players between us.
Five minutes left here as the Energizer, Eddie Jackson, comes to the sideline to get a break. Everybody needs a break, even the Energizer Bunny. But 69-67 here, 2 point lead for the Blazers. See if they can step up the defense here, try to pick up this lead. Martell Medley this time working against Deontez May. May is going to shoot over Medley. That was off and rebounded by Norris. Norris is looking for the outlet. Now Janelle Free, baseline, head back for Free with the left hand, and Janelle Free continues to be that solid foundation for the Blazers.
And if the Aviators are just going to come down and chuck 3s up, I'm okay with that.
Oh, and this time Fields goes down. He slips, but Eddie Brown called for the foul on that one. Actually, it was number 11, Tommy Norris, called for the foul. 4 point lead, inbounded. Now man in the corner. Pick from Capado. Josh Keys going to drive now. Keys with the left hand. That was off, rebounded by Parrish Purnell Jr. Blazers got numbers. Free from the corner. That one's off.
He had a wide open lane.
He had it. Yeah, he had a wide open lane. Now Kyle Fields against Eddie Brown, trying to post up Capado. Nothing happening there. He can't move Tommy Norris. He won't be buzzed. This time Janelle Free's wide open. He'll go to the lane, and this time he'll draw the foul. As you mentioned, Ryan, he had a wide open lane last time.
Yeah, I mean, I understand he's a pretty good three-point shooter, so it's up to him. He can do what he wants. I'm sitting here on the sideline. I don't have a say.
I mean, it was a heat check. I mean, he's been hot all game. I haven't seen him miss up until that shot there, to be honest. So, but just right now, if you're, it's just we're on the sideline, as you said. We're along with the coaches, and 2 points and 2 points. You're like, all right, just go get the free layup.
Take what you can get. This game, it keeps getting close. You want to keep padding your lead as much as you can. You don't want to let them creep back in with missed shots.
And another thing about him going to the rack there, and it's just about being aware, just like we have bully awareness. You got to be aware when you're inside the game. The Aviators have 16 fouls right now, and it's like 4. And they've had, 16 fouls now with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. So take advantage of that. Get the ball to the rack. 2 more team fouls, and you'll be going to the foul line, for every foul.
Right, and then, it stops the clock. You can get more points on the board. They're free.
They're free. Easy points. (71-67). 3:56 left here in the third quarter. Coach Bogart and the Cleveland Blazers trying to hold on to the lead and take home a win, advance. In this battle of Northeast Ohio, Janelle Free to the free throw line. Missing the first one. Got to have those.
Practice those every day.
You're supposed to practice those every day.
To.
Got to bend those legs, though. He kind of goes down on his ankles and then comes up. So now Deontez May and the Aviators back on the other side, down by 5. Manley Dean up May. And Manley with a great block on May.
A lot of good defense when they want to play defense.
Well, yeah, it was the help side defense that allowed Manley to kind of hang back and come from behind him and get that block. Force him to go to the hole, force him to your big man. Then when he goes up, just fall behind him. And somewhere along the way, Deontez May has received the green light for the Aviators because he's taking every shot here in the past 3 minutes.
I like that. Tommy Norris knew he was called for the foul, didn't try to plead his case because he knows it's not going to change.
Get back to action
he just
here.
said, yep, that was me.
And on top of that, Janelle Free was not ready to play defense, so easy inbound pass there to Josh Keys, and he just takes it up against Free, gets the and one.
That just comes down to awareness.
Yeah, you got to wake up. You can't fall asleep here. So they put the alarm clock back into the game. Eddie Jackson, maybe he could wake things up.
So he's the energizer, the alarm clock.
He's the alarm clock right now, yeah. And if they get this, if they lose his lead, he'll be the fire signal bell.
The tornado siren.
72-7, 2-point lead for the Blazers. Melody go up in the air and try to hang. Misses that. (72-7). 3 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Blazers throwing the foot. Oh, great pass there from Fields behind his back to the dump off to Josh Keys. And this ball game is tied now. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Purnell Jr. over to Eddie Jackson. Jackson thought about it. Back out to Purnell. Free with a head fake against Keys. On the lane and got him. So Janelle Free, it seems as if he's familiar with what these guys are going to do. As you mentioned earlier, guys want to keep reaching there. Throw him a head fake. Throw him a pump fake. Get him off his feet and drive it right at him. So now Keys down low against Martell Medley. Travel, throws it off the glass, try to get his own rebound. Not happening. Janelle Free to secure. Free driving. Free's going to keep it. Going glass. And that was off, rebounded by Capado. Outlook to Billingsley. They've got numbers. And the Blazers just not getting back on transition defense, and that's the story of the day.
Yeah, we saw Jonell Free earlier when I think Keys went up for a dunk. He decided, nah, I'm not going to foul this time. He got a little headstrong and wanted to maybe prove a point or something. But like we say, if you're going to foul, make sure he doesn't make the basket. That should be our motto here. We say that a lot.
Right. If you're going to foul.
Right. Although you don't want to see him hurt him.
No, you don't want to flagrant, but you know how to foul. You can stop. You can just grabbing his wrist will stop him from getting the ball up. Tie ball game here, folks. 74-74 with 2:11 left in the third quarter. Norris working against Billingsley. Going to go down low to Torrey Adams. He's wide open, and Torrey Adams, who knows how to get open, gets the ball in an easy layup.
Yeah, he just came up to set a screen and then slipped right off of him. Nobody communicated, and he had a wide open lane.
Gotta love the slip screen. And now Fields working against Martell. That's Tigner. Almost ripped Tigner. Rebound, Eddie Jackson. Tommy Norris from deep outside. That was off. Tried to get his own rebound. Now it's Tigner. And the Aviators on the run. Tigner out to Billingsley. He had a kick out. That was off. And looked as if it was knocked out of bounds by Tommy Norris. Although he did have Keys over his back. 2-point lead.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times now where Keys could have gotten his fifth foul picked up.
Keys pulls his jumper up. That's off. Blazers not running. They're kind of stagnant there. Can't slow down now. Medley thought about a three. Now he'll shoot a three. That one's off. Aviators on the run. Tigner. Javon Clark in the corner by himself. Clark misses.
They got lucky. They just let him shoot that
I'm not sure if the Blazers are tired right now, but they're not running. Offense is looking very stagnant.
Both teams looking pretty stagnant.
They're shooting jumpers with nobody down low.
Late whistle, but I agree with the call.
Yeah. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter, 76-74. Coach Bogart got a lot of decisions as far as his roster, who's going to go with here in the fourth quarter. You got to get Jonell Free back in there.
And you got to see my man Keyshawn Christian.
Yeah, and Christian's just having a hard time right now. Frustration, sitting on the bench on the sideline. He's not used to that. But sometimes you just got to let rotations be what they be and get ready to play your role when you're initiated into the game. 76-76 tie ball game here. Norris at the top of the key. Over to Purnell Jr. Oh, Purnell Jr. with a crossover. Now he's bumped. And say he stepped out of bounds.
And this is where we're saying you can't let the refs dictate your style of play right now.
Well, he was trying to drive against two people, so somebody's wide open. Got to recognize that. Jackson working against Billingsley, and Jackson could have been called for a foul as Billingsley just kind of worked around him. Jackson got to slide his feet. 2-point lead now. First lead for the Akron Aviators since the first quarter. Medley had Adam cutting. And great turnaround there by Eddie Jackson, and Jackson getting back. So 78-78. Hard-fought third quarter there, especially for the Akron Aviators, who came out at halftime down by 10. We saw them make a quick run in the beginning. Then things kind of went back and forth, and as that third quarter narrowed down, Ryan, the Blazers, they're not rushing the ball down the court on offense. They're not too energetic on defense. What are they going to do? I mean, what does Coach Bogart have to do week in and week in to understand, as he's telling them, this is win or go home?
I think we need to see some substitutions here. It looks like the starters are getting a little tired from running up and down and playing some good defense early in the quarter. So maybe get some fresh legs in there and take it at Josh Keys. The players coming off the bench need to start taking it into Josh Keys, get him in foul trouble. He didn't pick up a single foul after that fourth one early in the quarter. So, if we get him in foul trouble, get some free penalty shots. We missed a couple free throws earlier too. So, just got to make free throws and be aggressive.
And if you're us sitting on the sideline and you're a Blazers fan, you kind of know that time works against the Blazers. So if you're me, I want to see them come out here, get a quick 10, 12-point lead, and then just play solid defense the rest of the quarter. This back and forth thing doesn't work out good for them because, as I mentioned, their composure gets down. They start hanging their heads. They get into a lot of individual play, and then things really go south. And before you know it, they're down by 16. So right now, you got to come out. You got to come out strong from the beginning, from the gate. And I'm glad that it's going to start on the defensive side. Great move there by Javon Clark. Just missed the layup. Capado is going to try to go up, but he's fouled by Torrey Adams. He'll take this one out of bounds. I'll take that. Anytime Capado's down there with the ball and you're going to force him to take the ball out, I'll take that.
And as we mentioned, they're not a great free throw shooting team. So, even if you get into the bonus, it's not that big of a deal.
So Clark working against Jackson, and Clark buries it. Just a good shot there.
Good shot.
It's a three-pointer. He's been Clark. Javon Clark has been quiet since the first half, so you'll take that. You just got to get back and come work your own. Torrey Adams trying to throw the ball inbounds. Great defense there by Keys. And Tigner all the way back until he's blocked by Norris. Great way to get back on transition defense. Melly to pull up. He's fouled, and that one almost goes in. He had a cutting Eddie Jackson, but he just pulled that one up.
And back to that previous play, Tommy Norris, the biggest thing the coaches always tell you is stop ball. He was following his man, turned around at the last second, saw that I don't remember who it was, but he had a wide open lane to the basket.
Tigner, yeah.
Tigner had a wide open lane, and he turned around and stopped ball.
Yeah, he did more than stop it. He defeated ball.
He swatted it into the stands.
And I thought the Blazers were down by 2. I'm not sure how.
No, because it was tied, and then who was it? I think it was, Javon Clark hit a 3.
He hit a 3. You're right.
Looks like Torrey Adams just picked up his 5th foul.
Yeah. And if you're the Blazers, you don't want him to pick up his 6th just yet. Clark being very, very aggressive here coming down this fourth quarter.
There's the 6th. Oh, I was on Martell.
Yeah, but if you're the Blazers, you've got to stop Javon Clark from penetrating the hole like that. You can't make it. It's too easy.
Move your feet.
So he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line, make the first one. 2-point lead now for the Aviators. So McDay come in and give Adams a relief, as well as Shaq Lewis for Paris Purnell Jr. See if Shaq can provide some up-top defense on those guards, specifically Javon Clark. Clark makes the second free throw. 3-point lead now. Jackson with the ball up top to Norris. Norris head fake, got Capado in the air, bump. No foul call, off the glass and just rolls out.
Well, it is a playoff, so they're going to let him play a little bit.
Clark pulls up again, feeling it, but it's off, rebounded by Martell Medley. Medley with a wide open Shaq Lewis over to Tommy Norris, who's wide open on the arc. That one's off. Great rebound and gathered by Doug Capado for the Aviators, and Tigner with the ball, bringing it down against Shaq Lewis. So now Alan Tigner to go down low to Capado. Capado working a pivot. Billingsley wide open. Shot is up, rebounded by Norris. Martell Medley with the ball now. He's going to pull a 3, and that was off. And Shaq Lewis just runs past the ball. Billingsley wide open again, and if you're the Aviators, you're the Blazers, you're gambling by leaving him wide open.
That just wasn't a smart Smart play there.
The defense up top for the guards is hurting the Blazers right now. Javon Clark and Malik Billingsley are giving them problems.
It just comes down to moving your feet. You got to stop the attack at the point,
Right.
and then the other guards need to kind of slide over and give them a help side. Maybe just fake a little bit. Don't fully commit. Make him make a decision, and then back to your man, so they don't get an easy three.
Right. And if I'm Coach Bogart, I'm even considering playing the zone right now for that 2-3 zone to defend against that guard play up top of the Aviators. The lead is 7 now. See what the Blazers can do to stop the bleeding. Shaq Lewis drives and he's fouled. So great drive there by Shaq Lewis to stop the clock and potentially get two opportunities at the free throw line.
And something else that the Blazers have to pay attention. They already have 4 fouls in the quarter. Can't get too foul happy. Otherwise, it's going to be bad news.
Shaq misses the first one. Substitution for the Aviators. Deontez May and Jason Pitts. Pitts will come in for Capado, so you're a little relieved if you're the Blazers seeing that.
But, I always kind of a success if they miss one free throw and they only score 1 point on the possession.
Correct. And Christian back in for the Blazers, so you like to see that. 6-point lead now. You got to challenge Jason Pitts with this ball handle. I don't know why they're letting him dribble down court like that. Pitts down low again. So 3-second call there. Pitts was down there 7 seconds and took the ref 8 seconds to call it.
Yeah, he had to listen for Coach Bogart to say something.
Christian with a wide open 3 here. Purnell Jr. with a rebound. Back to Christian. Oh, and they're going to call a charge on the flop. I'm not sure how he charged him with his back, but.
I think he kind of turned around and gave him a little shoulder, but,
Great flop there.
Excellent sell.
Excellent acting there. So 87-81. If you're the Blazers, you can't worry about that. You've just got to get you got to play defense here. You got to get the ball back. You can't allow easy shots.
Going to start with that full court press. Hopefully, we saw earlier in the game they had that high intensity full court press, but I think as the game has wore on, the press has maybe kind of hurt the Blazers instead as they get more tired and less aware.
Well, the thing about the press is, even though you're pressing a man, you got to stay in front of him. And see what happened right there. Paris Purnell Jr., he's pressing, but he's falling behind Javon Clark. And Clark crosses him over again right now. He just left Paris Purnell Jr. standing on the outside, iced him off. And things are, and bailout foul there.
You got to be careful, man. If you're the Aviators, you got to be careful now. I mean, I get that you're upset with it, but you're going to pick up a technical foul pretty quickly.
Yeah.
These refs are doing a great job handling the aggression, I should say, of both teams not liking their calls.
8-point lead. The Blazers got to get something going offensive side. Christian with the ball. Had Keys up. Jason Pitt comes over. Rebounded by Shaq Lewis. Martell Melly wide open at the top of the key. And Martell Melly singing his sweet music. 5-point lead now. But it starts on defense if you want to advance for the Blazers. You've got to stop Javon Clark from penetrating. Good box out there by Martell Melly. Melly with a head full of steam. Miss. Gets his own rebound. And that just hurts right there if you're the Blazers. Got to get back on transition defense, though. And turnover there. The Blazer basketball. Melly just missed that wide open layup. That's got to suck.
Yeah, it just didn't look like he got set. He tried to shoot it midair rather than grab it, come down, gather, and then go up with it.
Well, if you're Martell Melly, that's an ABC shot for you. You just overshot it.
And then you undershot it.
Right. So we got subs coming in. Josh Keys to get a rest. So if you're the Blazers right now, this is a lineup that you got to take advantage of. You got to score.
Yeah, anytime Josh Keys comes out.
Good motion there. Good motion there by the Blazers. Christian to throw one up. But you got to get back on defense. No foul call. Billingsley pulling up. But look at Anthony Paul down there by himself with the rebound. So
It's just hustle.
Deontez Mayer going against Christian. Christian with the great defense. Rebound by Tommy Norris. Got an outlet. Martell Melly, the quarterback, he's on the way. Throws it up. And rebounded by Christian to clean it up.
Good job by Christian to follow that shot. You always need a trailer man just in case something like that happens. You know,
just in case.
Those free throws aren't always gimmies, even though they may look like it.
Yeah, I mean, you can leave your foot. I've left my foot the wrong way, and it's just like, oh, what do I do now? And Clark with a pull-up. That one bounces off the glass. Shooter's roll there for Javon Clark.
Very friendly bounce.
91-86. The Blazers are playing like it's only 2 minutes left in the game. Melly with a three now. And Martell Melly to bury that one. 89-81. 2-point lead now. It starts on this side here. Great defense there by Purnell Jr. He's scratched in the face.
We got Martell Medley, who's our best defender, and Javon Clark's telling the low man to get out of the paint like he can take him.
Right.
I mean, I guess you want to try one-on-one, but, I mean, Martell Medley's so quick. He's not going to be an easy take.
Especially if you got help side defense coming at you. But if that's the avenue that the Aviators want to take, well, so be it. But 2-point lead right now, and it's probably because of the guard play. Javon Clark and Malik Billingsley, they've been able to pretty much put the Aviators on their back and hold them in this game. They've taken the lead. 2-point lead now. 7-11 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we've seen Josh Keys kind of take a back seat when he has those 4 fouls. He doesn't want to get deeper into foul trouble. So
I mean, he's still been a threat though on the boards, getting offensive rebound, defensive rebounds. But yeah, I mean, they don't want him getting 6 fouls too early. So he's out the ball game. Him along with the Deontez May, who's been causing problems with the penetration. It's been May and Javon Clark who's just been causing problems for the Blazers with their guard penetration. And like I said, when you're full court pressing, everything's good and dandy as long as you stay in front of the offensive player and you stay in front of the offensive traffic. But once you're chasing and racing from behind, it's all bad because now you've got your other players. They don't know where to go, and you're going to just leave somebody wide open. And that's what's happening to the Blazers, especially in this fourth quarter where the Aviators are going to take the lead. They're just men are wide open, and they're not going to keep on missing. Got to get a hand in the face. Got to slide your feet. Got to play fundamental defense if you're the Cleveland Blazers now. 2-point lead, 91-89. Don't forget to take the I Am Bully Free pledge. Visit yesbullyfree.org and take that pledge. Good defense there by the Blazers. Great save. I'm not sure what the shot clock is at. And great defense by Tommy Norris. He's called for the foul.
Well, I mean, again, they're not a great free throw shooting team, so I'd say that's a good foul.
But see, this is my argument with it. He was clearly going up for his but this one ref, he said the ball was going to take the ball out of bounds if it was a call on the ground, and he was clearly shooting that ball and going up.
Right, just because he wasn't shooting yet, he wasn't in the act. He was about to go up. I mean, everybody knew it.
So Anthony Paul misses the first free throw as you predicted, Ryan. If you're listening to Ryan Hall, he serve you predictions on your upcoming lottery.
Yeah, right, yeah. If I was doing that, then probably wouldn't be working.
89-92, 3-point lead for the Aviators now. Parrish Purnell Jr. with a head full of steam. Parrish Purnell Jr. to add points for the Blazers. 1-point lead. Right now, you got to press him. You got to press Jason Pitts. He has no ball handle. You've got to press him. He's got the same crossover. So now Pitts is trying to drive, and he just throws it up, and he's fouled and bailed out by the refs. He's just a strong body.
Yeah, he's pretty sturdy. Not going to push him over very easy.
No, you're not going to push him over, but if you as I said, you trap him in the backcourt, he's bound to get a ball up. So we'll see what Jason Pitts, number 23, can go to the line and do for the Aviators. He makes the first one. That'll make the lead 2.
I think you want to try to, when he's bringing the ball up, you want to try to push him over into a corner and then spring a trap real quick.
Real quick. Frustrate him. And that's almost what you want to do in any press situation. You want to kind of.
Well, some guys they got good enough handling they can get out of it.
Christian with a crossover, quick, and wow! Keyshawn Christian just elevating and going to the rim, as you said, Ryan. It's almost like he just levitates to the hole.
It's like he's got a jet boots or something. He went up, and I thought he was gonna be a couple inches short, but he just kept going. Every single time it gets me.
And it's all about the awareness. He was aware that the defender was just standing there in front of him, not really playing defense. Now Norris standing in front of Fields, and the defense picking up. And there'll be a timeout call for the Aviators, and the Blazers picking their heads up, picking their shoulders up.
Yeah, that was a good call for the timeout. He was not going to get out of that without coughing it up.
And especially with that dunk, that momentum dunk on the other side, that's a great way for Akron to call a timeout. However, I'm not sure. They only get 2 per half, so I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left.
I think they still have 1. But they only get 2 per half?
Yeah, 2 per half, I believe. Well, maybe it's 3 per half. They get 2 fulls and 120 or something like that.
Okay.
2 20s and 1 full.
Yeah, so they might have 120 second left.
Okay.
6 minutes left to play. That's a long time to only have 1 timeout.
Exactly. So 1 point lead for the Aviators. One of the other factors that may come into one of the other rules that may come into factor here in the fourth quarter that we'll get you familiar with is bringing the ball across half court. There is, as opposed to the NBA 8 seconds, ABA has 7 seconds. So gives you 1 second less to get that ball across.
They like to push that pace in the ABA.
Oh, Javon Clark traveled there before he passed. And great box out there by Shaq Lewis down low on Javon Clark. Him and Deontay's May getting into a pushing session on the sideline. 94-93. If you're Martell Mellor, you love that matchup. You love that matchup. You got a bigger Jason Pitts on you. You'll take him to the rack every time. So Martell's fouled. And Kyle Fields are coming to the game for Jason Pitts.
We saw evidence of that, how he just shot around him and he had to draw the foul in order to save some points.
So the Blazers going with Christian, Shaq Lewis, Norris, Martell Mellor, and Parrish Purnell Jr. Very small right now. And Norris to clean up. Mellor was blocked, but Norris was there to clean it up and put the bucket in. But if you're the Blazers, you're very small right now. So we'll see what they do on the defensive side. They do have a 1 point lead, though. So as I said, it was guard play that was hurting them in the beginning. So they went with all 5 guards. And great defense there by Parrish Purnell Jr. And he gets fouled. 3D. He should be able to. Well,
I don't know if that was 3D. I think they were in the forecourt still.
Okay.
But, yeah, I wonder why Doug Caputo hasn't rechecked into the game.
So one point lead here with 5 minutes left. Martell Mellor going to cut it to a Shaq Lewis off the curl. Mellor from deep. That one's off. Oh, great tip there by Norris. Out to Shaq Lewis. Shaq to pull up. And Shaq Lewis buries it from the top of the key. If you're the Blazers, you got to play defense here. You can't be caught reaching. Deontay's man to throw it up. And it was Billingsley wide open in the corner. Tie ball game here. Transition defense has been horrible for the Blazers this afternoon. 97-97.
Yeah, we're just been fortunate that they've missed a couple shots.
So now Christian going to go to the hole again. And they'll call Keyshawn Christian on the charge this time. I'm not sure how. They called him out of control. Things are just tied up here. We got 16 fouls from the Aviators, 17 fouls for the Blazers after Christian picks up that charge. 97-97 here. 4.5 left in the fourth quarter.
They're talking if that's going to be number 6 on Keyshawn Christian. So if he picks up another foul, that's going to be that penalty shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I think Keyshawn Christian is smart enough to avoid that.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
he's too valuable to take out the game. However, coach has made that decision here to put in the fire alarm. Eddie Jackson, ring the alarm. He's in. Time to turn up and get this game sealed if you're the Cleveland Blazers. Billingsley's been standing in the corner for the past 10 minutes since they called timeout. Norris goes up and gets a – wow. So now Tommy Norris goes up and gets a rebound. He's tripped as he comes down, and the referee calls traveling.
Yeah, he had the ball and he went to his butt.
I think the refs are going to have to consult about this one. They're going to have to consult about this one. I mean, this is a deciding call right here. You can't. That's a clear basketball rule that I grew up with, that if you trip a man, even if it's accidentally, it's a foul on you. It just, that's how it goes. And Norris went up to get that rebound. I think he came down on the foot of Kyle Fields, and they called Norris for the travel. You just can't do that.
Looks like he's going to stick with the call.
Wow.
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, it looked like he got drugged down to the floor.
Here comes the biggest C right here is composure for the Blazers. Composure, composure, composure. It's 0-0. The refs are not in the game at this point. Keys working against Purnell Jr. Purnell Jr. with a great defense, but Keys just a bigger person going over him. And as I said, the Blazers have nothing but guards in right now. Purnell Jr. working against Javon Clark.
Yeah, Norris tried to get away with a reach around a little bit. A little ticky-tack. I'm going to say a lot ticky-tack. It's the playoffs, man. Let him be physical.
I mean, it's one thing if he's got the ball and he's hooking them, but if they're off away from the ball, like you gotta be selective on those calls if you're me.
It wasn't even that, like, aggressive. He just kind of had his arm around him.
Something that they probably would have broke out of.
Yeah, now he's going to get 2 shots because that's their 8th team foul. Man, that's a huge call for what we both think is nothing.
Yeah. So Aviators already with a 2-point lead. Now the Blazers over the foul limit, so the Aviators in the bonus.
Looks like they're going to not say it's a bonus foul.
I'm not
I
sure.
think maybe after
maybe
the
that
eighth
was
foul.
the 8th. Yeah, that was the 8th foul. Coach Bogart and the Cleveland Blazers call a much-needed timeout here to just regather your thoughts. I mean, still a long way away from game time. You're only down by 2. Right now, you just got to think in your head that you're the aggressor. You can't let them think that they're aggressor. You can't let them so-called bully you. You've got to take this game by the horns and show them that, first of all, this is your arena. You don't plan on going home today. This was your game. They've allowed the Aviators to get back into this game.
Right.
Wide open shots, not getting back on transition defense, or some of the major things that have allowed the Aviators to pretty much take the lead here in the fourth quarter and kind of hold on to it, even though it's been 2 or 3 up and down. But
And one thing that the Blazers really need to start doing, again, they need to start penetrating and picking up those fouls like they were doing earlier in the quarter to, pick up the fouls, get yourself closer to the double-doubles. And if you penetrate, you can get those wide-open threes. We haven't seen John L. Free in a while. I wonder where. Yeah, we haven't seen John L. Free. Where is he? I just noticed that.
yeah, and this is, as I said, this is the 3 C's I mentioned: camaraderie, composure, and confidence. And this is one of the points where if you're not in the game, you still have to be there for your teammates. You still got to root them on from the sideline. You can't be sitting at the end of the bench with your head down, upset that you're not in the game, thinking that you can make things different. You have to wait on your time. Then when you get in the game, now it's your time to make things different. But until then, you got to support your teammates. You're down 2 points.
Yeah.
Just take the rest.
2 points. You got 4 minutes. It's on you to come back and play some solid defense and get good quality shots.
I mean, right now, if you're the Blazers, you got to do your scouting report. Javon Clark is going to shoot from outside. Josh Keys is down low trying to work. And then you got Billings who's going to try to shoot. The other 3 players aren't even going to try to shoot the ball. Tigner, Fields.
And see, that's good intensity D right there. Martell Medley coming in with the help out, jumping the passing lane.
But you got to be careful. You can't find yourself where you're chasing down the offensive player. You just got to stay in front of him. So now it's Martell Medley against Clark. And as you mentioned before, Ryan, he's just trying to clear out as if he thinks he's going to be able to take Martell one-on-one. So now Clark all the way over to the sideline, throws up a wild three, and it's tipped in by Tigner. No boxing out from the Blazers. So Alan Tigner able to just go up freely and get that tip. No boxing out.
He's one of the smallest guys on the court. How he got that rebound is beyond me.
Norris with a great pump fake, but Josh Keys with great defense swatted that away. And as we mentioned earlier, the very solid-handed Janelle Free comes to the sideline to be instituted into the game. No call there on that one.
No, but there's a call on that.
And Eddie Jackson is fouled by number 5, Malik Billingsley.
And if you're the Aviators, you're going to take that foul because Eddie Jackson would have had a wide open lane to the basket.
Purnell Jr. to inbound the ball to Martell Medley. So it'll be Medley, Norris, Janelle Free, Shaq Lewis, and Parrish Purnell Jr. Shaq almost traveled. Norris with the goal against Tigner. Norris going to back Tigner all the way down. Norris going outside to Shaq Lewis with a shot. That one's off. Rebounded by Keys, not boxed out again. You got to put a body on Josh Keys. He is killing you single-handedly on the boards. And Fields misses that one. So as I mentioned, those guys aren't even they're not even ready to shoot the ball.
You just got to find him, play some defense. And we mentioned earlier, Josh Keys, he's killing you on the boards. It's because we've lost physicality with him.
Right.
Earlier, we were being really physical with him, taking him out of the game. He was getting frustrated and being a head case. All of a sudden, he kind of fades in the second half. Nobody knows. Pretty quiet. And now he's killing you late in the game.
Well, the Blazers have went to this small guard lineup, which I really don't understand, as I said. And now you got Tommy Norris coming out of the game. So now it's Jackson, Shaq Lewis, Martell Medley, Keyshawn Christian, and Janelle Free. I mean, I know Janelle has a big body, but a lot of times he's not willing to go down low and face up against those big guys. So missed free throw there, fortunately, for the Blazers. Medley with a head full of steam and come back to the other end, get to the rack. He's fouled, so he'll be able to go to the free throw line. The lead is 5 now with 2.5 left here in the fourth quarter. Free throws are very crucial now. This is crunch time.
Right, you have to make these free throws. They are absolutely essential if you want to win this game.
And now the Blazers are in the bonus, so awareness.
Both teams are, yeah.
I mean, this is pretty much a game of the aggressor. Whoever's going to be more aggressive is probably going to get to the free throw line. Whoever gets to the free throw line and makes the free throws is probably going to win this game.
And we know that the Aviators are not a great free throw shooting team.
You got a trap, Martell. He's screaming for the trap. So now Tigner and Janelle Clark. And once again, Josh Keys with another key rebound. You've got to box him out. I mean, I don't know where Torrey Adams is at. Not sure where David McDay is at, but the guys are in the – I mean, that's one part right now where you're just getting killed at. It's just the offensive and defensive rebound. And it's single-handedly Josh Keys. As you mentioned, Doug Capano has not been in the game since in about 6 minutes.
Well, before even the rebound happened, there was excellent ball movement from the Aviators to confuse the Blazers on defense.
Well, that's because they were trapping it, and once again, they were behind the defense. I mean, behind the offense. They were chasing.
Yeah, they're reacting, not anticipating.
Exactly. Great word. Cross-court pass to Janelle Free. Christian was up for the rebound, but it's tipped. It'll be Billingsley and Tigner.
Keyshawn's got to be careful, too. He's got those 6 fouls.
Tigner with a baseline shot. And just a great shot there by Alec Tigner, and the lead is slipping away for the Blazers as well as the season. 7 minutes left here, 1:48 left. Medley's fouled. He'll be able to go to the free throw line, however.
He's been pretty solid from the free throw line tonight, so if anyone is going to the line, you want it to be Martell.
Yeah, but this game is going to end on the defensive side. You can get as many free throws as you like, but if you're not going to stop them and get some turnovers, I mean, you got to go with a full-court press now.
You got to pick up the energy. You can't have that lackadaisical one that we saw earlier, or we're just running around behind our guys.
You got to know you got to do your scouting report. You got to know who the ball handlers are. You know Javon Clark is going to get the ball. He's looking for it. Trap him right now. Right now, trap him. So, okay, that's good work there. You get the ball out of his hand. Now Fields has the ball. Why are you trapping Kyle Fields? That's the thing about it. See, that's what I don't understand. You got to do your scouting. And Fields over the back. And Josh Keys, great move there by Norris. Keys comes away limping. And actually, that's Josh Keys. Would that be 5 fouls on him?
Yeah, that'll be his 5th. He's been able to keep himself in check. He got 4 early in the 3rd quarter. So
I don't know if they're going to call a sub or not, but Martell Melly's going to keep singing that sweet music, and that's a three-pointer. Turnover. And wow, what a turn of events here. So the Aviators coach screaming for a timeout.
He's been screaming for a timeout for a minute.
He was trying to get a timeout while his team was trying to inbound the ball, and they just didn't get it done. So, that's not on the referee because you got to have clear possession of the ball. And, they were trying to inbound the ball. It's bobbled out, stolen by the Cleveland Blazers.
And the inbounder should have seen that coach was trying to call a timeout, stopped and called a timeout himself.
Yeah. So, wow. The Blazers up by 1 point off the 3D period, and that's just how ABA basketball can go. And if you're taking this ride along with us through this 4th quarter, once again, we'll school you. When there's a turnover in the backcourt, the then offensive team, if they score, they are adding an additional point to their score. So Janelle Free was able to get that tip in and layup, so that 2 points actually gave them 3 points, which actually gave them the lead here, 107-106. Couldn't ask for a better game here on a Saturday afternoon, Ryan.
Absolutely not. And the key here has been Martell Medley. He's been excellent from the free throw line, and then that huge 3 to pull them within, 2 points? That was huge. Excellent play.
If you're the Blazers, you've lost in this arena before with them coming down and just pulling up a 3. So you got to be aware of the pull-up shot. You got to be aware of the screens, picks, and you got to be aware of Josh Keys. Turnover there, rebounding, and that's Janelle Free, and sent this off Free's foot. But great defense there by the Cleveland Blazers. Great defensive stand. Great way to hit the boards.
And they didn't let him get that easy rebound like they have been all night.
So missed there. Rebound by Parrish Purnell Jr. Coach Bogart tried to call a timeout himself, and good foul. Good foul by Tommy Norris.
But that is a 3D foul, so he's going to give 3 free throws.
Hey, it stops the clock. That's all I can say right now. I mean, the Blazers fumbled that inbound. They had that possession, and you can't give that up. You cannot give that up. You got to get the ball down court, and if you're having problems getting the ball down court, you call a timeout, but you got to hold on to that possession. Now you give them the opportunity to take the lead, and you're on a non-aggressive side of it. 107-106, 46 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Keys makes the first one, tie ball game now. What's the percentage going to be on this one, Ryan? Can we get 60? All right, misses the second one.
I think he's going to miss this one too. I'm trying to look for him. He's not on their website, so I can't look up.
Subs coming in for the Blazers.
Now this is where the game of chess comes in. You got to have a nice mix of shooters and defensive players on the floor right now.
Keys makes the second one. 1 point lead. Shaq Lewis bringing the ball down. Over to Martell Melly, the quarterback. Melly's going to look to work. Melly with a head full of, he's looking to pull up. That one's off, but I don't like that shot.
I don't either. He just kind of dribbled around. There's no offensive flow. You need offensive flow if you're going to get a good shot. He just kind of dribbled around and threw up a shot. You didn't even need a 3. You needed a 2.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, you just needed a bucket, and you needed to waste time off the clock. I mean, now you give them the ball. I think they just fouled him, so I'm pretty sure the Aviators may be going to the line. I'm not sure who they fouled.
I think there was just a timeout called.
Okay.
How long is the shot clock? Is it 24?
I believe it is 24.
So you at least get one more possession out of this. Just don't.
However, if I'm the Blazers in this right now, depending on who gets the ball, and depending on who they have in the game, but someone like Alan Tigner, somebody especially like number 7, Kyle Fields, who hasn't shot the ball, I will foul them. If they get the ball in their hands, I will foul them.
And again, this is where the scouting report comes in for free throw percentage. Alan Tigner, 60% from the line. Anthony Paul, I don't think he's in right now, but he's shooting.
So the Aviators have to take the ball the length of the field. Having a hard time right now. And Tigner is called and rolled out of bounds, and the foul is called. A lot of Akron Aviator fans in the building today for this playoff battle.
And he is a 60% free throw shooter, so he's one of the guys that you would like to foul and bring to the line.
So Tigner will go to the ball as Tommy Norris talks to him. Of course, everybody trying to get him out of his hookup right now. 25 seconds left here for the Cleveland Blazers season. And he short sticks it.
You need the crowd.
Yeah,
Blazers are trying to amp up the crowd.
You can't be sleep. You can't be sleep here either. You got to box. You got to find a man, box him out, and get the rebound.
Right. If you let them get the rebound, it might be game over.
If you let them get the rebound, that's suicide. Makes the second one. So 2 points is all you need. But you need a good offensive possession here.
Got 25 seconds for it.
Christian cutting wide open. And Keyshawn Christian throws it down. So great offensive possession there, Ryan. Shaq Lewis finding Keyshawn Christian. And once again, Christian just able to levitate.
It looks like they're not going to let him count the bucket. They're going to say that was an on-the-floor foul. The foul before.
Well, he has to be going to the free throw line either way. Well, no, I think they count the bucket. It's 109.
Oh, they're putting 17-5 on the clock.
Yeah, they had an issue with the shot. How much time was left? .5 seconds left here. Aviators have to take the ball the length of the court. So now definitely it'll be Javon Clark against Martell Metley. So issues with the shot clock, issues with the time clock. So no shot clock now, 12 seconds left. Tigner to inbound the ball. Looking for their man, Josh Keys down low. Clark to give it up to Tigner. Tigner back to Clark. Clark up top against Metley. Keys to set the screen, leaving Tigner wide open for the shot. And he misses it. Purnell Jr., and this is going to be overtime.
Why did Tigner take that shot? Nobody was coming to him. He had a wide open layup, and he took a three-pointer.
Well, that's what you mean. That's what I mean, Ryan, by your scouting report. These guys are scared. These guys will not be shooting. These Kyle Fields, Alan Tigner, these are the guys that you can't be half-court trapping.
Right.
You have to specifically trap the people that need to be trapped. They were trapping Javon Clark, and then Clark would pass the ball, and now all the defense is gravitating to the ball. You don't gravitate to the ball, you gravitate to the player in the play.
Right. And I guess they did a good job not gravitating towards Tigner taking that shot.
So the Cleveland Blazers season not over just as of yet, and now they're going to say the Blazers actually have 1.5 seconds to inbound the ball and try to throw something up. So these refs definitely getting their work in today.
Yeah, they got their hands full. They got people, both coaches yelling at them, the stands yelling at them, players yelling at them, earning their paycheck. Well, Teddy, if I'm the Blazers here right now, I don't know what you can do with 1.5 seconds left on the clock. Maybe you can do a baseball pass and magically get open under the bucket.
I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't turn the ball over. You don't get a 5-second violation from not inbounding the ball. You just don't do anything stupid right now to get a ball back to the Aviators with 1.5 left. I mean, if you're smart, he actually has 2 steps that he can take. And here we go. As I just said, you don't do anything stupid with 1.5 left.
Right. I don't know if you're allowed to pass the ball to somebody else out of bounds. I know you can run the baseline, but I've never heard of a rule that you can pass it to somebody else on the baseline. Have you?
No. I mean, even if that is a rule, I understand Coach Bogart saying that is a rule, but why gamble in that position? I mean, Christian was wide open to inbound the pass.
Right.
All the flea flickers and all that stuff is no need for it. If you lose this game, that's on the coaching staff.
Instead, we'll go to overtime. Heads up. That ball is coming at you hot.
So we're going to go to overtime here. Wow. Blazers just holding on to that, then almost just trying to give it away. Almost an early Easter basket gift. They were trying to get the Aviators there, but good way to keep their composure. Martell Melly goes to the free throw line a couple times. Janelle Free comes in and helps, offense move. Couple of defensive stops. Great way to keep Josh Keys off the boards. And now you have a 0-0 battle with 3 minutes left.
Okay, so from what I understand, both teams get 1 timeout, and I believe I heard first team to 10. So it's either 3 minutes or the first team to 10 wins.
Okay. Well, if you're the Cleveland Blazers, that's very possible with the offense that you have, especially coming in for the game. For them to have Keyshawn Christian, Martell Melly, Tommy Norris, and Shaq Lewis.
And finally, Doug Caputo comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised he hasn't been in, but he's in now. But once again, how much are you going to defend him? Just keep him off the block. If he wants to stand and take a jumper like he does, like to do a lot, I'm going to let him take a jumper at this point. He hasn't been in the game in almost 8 minutes. Kyle Fields, who's in the game for the Aviators, he hasn't shot well. Malik Billingsley hasn't done too much since the beginning of the half. So we'll have tip-off here. It'll be the leaping Keyshawn Christian going against the taller Josh Keys.
I wonder what Josh Keys is thinking. He's like, man, I got 3 inches on this guy.
Yeah. It's able to get quicker to the ball.
Yeah.
So first possession of OT goes to the Aviators. Keys down low against Morris. Now Josh Keys to turn around and dribble face up against Tommy Norris. Kick it out to Fields. Fields tried to dump it off, and it's stolen. Great defense there by the Blazers. Martell almost pulled there, but Coach Bogart telling them to swing the ball around, take time. Free with a step back, and that one's just off there. I mean, with 2 minutes left, this is almost, you can score 4 points and win this game. Josh Keys with a jumper, and that one's in. Good shot, confident shot there. That was actually a three-pointer they call.
I don't know if he's made a 3 all game.
So now Shaq Lewis up top against Capato. Norris down low against Javon Clark. Bounce over to Christian, and that one's ripped. And the Aviators on their way back. Oh. 109-112. Blazers with bad offense that last time. Field to inbound. Great defense there by Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, trying to make things not easy, make them earn their inbound.
Well, the thing is, Norris, they're outsized right now. I mean, Eddie Jackson is on keys.
Yeah, they got Keys in there. And
Yeah, they need a
Caputo.
switch. I mean, they got Eddie Jackson on Josh Keys right now. There needs to be a switch.
Yeah, lucky he wasn't going up for a shot right there.
Yeah, Keys definitely understood what was going on there. He was getting doubled. He was going to drive. He was going to try to get Tommy Norris and slide over. He's going to dump it off to Caputo. It's just smart offense. I mean, you got to be aware of your Paris Purnell Jr. right now. Why are you defending the inbounder? Oh, bad pass there. Can't smoke the Veer Jackson. And great layup there by Jackson. That wasn't 3D.
No, they were on their side of the court.
Oh.
That was just a
Not getting back on transition defense. That's what it was. Just standing there looking for the 3D light. Meanwhile, they're on the other end scoring. Great move there. Great pass by Medley to a cutting Jackson. But it's going to start on the defensive side. Billingsley tries to go up. He misses. Caputo with the easy rebound. Caputo with the left hand.
Yeah, they're just leaving wide open cutters in the backfield. You got to find your man and guard him.
I was going to say Norris should shoot that. He does. He misses. Down by 3 now. 54 left. I don't know why nobody's back for the Blazers, but nobody is back playing transition defense, and they'll start to see their season slip away here. You're not going to get back on transition defense. You're going to just leave them wide open. They got 3 offensive players down here on this side of the court still. Mad because the jumper didn't go in. I mean, that's camaraderie that I'm talking about.
A commitment to defense. Nobody's playing defense. They're just giving wide open lanes to the bucket. Man.
So Javon Clark can try to go to the free throw line and almost seal this for the Aviators. 6-point lead now. Need quick offense here. Not sure why Melly shot that so quick.
Yeah.
So, besides some very horrible offense here by the Aviators, not much the Blazers can do to get back into this game. However, we've seen some bad offense, so.
Yes, bad offense, bad defense. Nobody's moving. Nobody's communicating.
Well, I mean, even if you feel like you need a 3, why not wait to get a pick set so you can get a wide open 3? Why not run it off a screen? But the individualism will kill them every time, and Alan Tigner goes down and bears a free throw, building the lead to 7.
3-possession game now.
Tigner nails the second one, 8-point lead now. That's what you should have did the first time.
Right. Take it to the hole. I mean, what do you got to lose?
Stops the clock, you get points. Had he not shot that 3-pointer last time, they wouldn't have got that free throw. And right now, they'd be going to the free throw line and possibly go down by 4.
Right.
So now Tommy Norris to the free throw line for the Blazers. Misses the first free throw.
And this is where your free throw practice comes in. You mentioned it. Free throws win games.
So now all frustrations will come out. So Norris hits the second one. 114-121. And once again, Malik Billingsley just down court wide open by himself. Nobody aware what's going on. And the Cleveland Blazers will watch their season dissipate. And once again, they allow a team that they were up 10, 12 points in the ball game, especially going into halftime, just walk them down and walk them out of their game pretty much.
No, Why would you shoot that three right there? Why wouldn't you just dribble the ball around? You got to play the game through to the end.
So 9-point lead here. Shaq Lewis gets the free lane. 9 seconds left. They'll go ahead and dribble this ball out. So the ref will signal 12 seconds to remain on the time clock, and the visiting Akron Aviators, barring a miracle, have come in, knocked the Blazers out of the playoffs. Their playoff path will continue for them going into the third game next week for the Blazers.
It's not impossible. I mean, you're down.
Well, I said barring a miracle.
Yeah. You're down 7 points. You get some backcourt turnovers. That's a two possession game right there.
Oh, especially if you shoot a half quarter and get it like a 5-pointer.
Yeah.
Eddie Jackson will intentionally foul Javon Clark here, sending Clark to the free throw line.
That bars any 3D light that you're going to get.
Coaching staff of the Blazers unhappy with the refs, but the refs didn't decide this game. We saw that. You saw that. I saw that. The refs,
Right. To start the overtime, we kind of gave up. We didn't play any defense.
Overtime is just that. It's 0-0. They came out aggressive. They came out mindful of what was going on. We went into overtime kind of like the Cavs went in overtime the first game against Golden State when they were up, and all of a sudden J.R. Smith smokes it, and now they go to overtime. They just didn't know what was going on. So
right.
The Cleveland Blazers schedule season will come to an end. However, the bully-free movement will not come to an end. We invite you to remain bully-free. Take the pledge. Visit yesbullyfree.org and take the pledge. Don't forget, the WABA will be starting up soon. So if you followed us and you like the Cleveland Blazers schedule, get ready for the women this coming summer. The Cleveland Blaze are on their way. We'll be broadcasting them very soon here. So from Ryan Hall and Teddy McQueen, the Cleveland Blazers from Hawken Arena, thank you for joining us. Have a good night, have a safe night, and a blessed week.